Hey, yo, what's good with y'all boys, man? It's CGODB. Clipper basketball is back, baby. Let's go. We're 2-1. Sadly, we did take a L last night when I'm recording this. To the Suns. Welcome back, Chris Paul, Landry Shamet, of course. You know, even though they're not Clippers anymore, I still mess with them. CP3, arguably the best player in Clipper history. Just gotta let it be known. But yeah, no, welcome back. But we did take the L, sadly. Sucks. We just got off to a slower start than we usually get off to. I mean, we're prone to getting off slow in these games, especially at the beginning of the season. Like if you look at last year. But this time was extra. It was just like, whoa, we got off to an even more slow start than we usually do, which it just put us in a bad position from the jump. So sadly, we couldn't get that win. I'm going to be going over every single game, just these 3-game stretch right here. I'll probably be doing this in the regular season. Just be briefly going over each game. I got highlights on each one, stats, etc. But yeah, I mean, we're 2-1 right now. Obviously, I did expect to go through some slow starts right here in the beginning of the season because that's just been a trend, right? So, except in 2020. In 2020, we did get off pretty good, but yeah. So let's get over this. So, the Lakers, we did take the W on our opening day, which is really nice to see. Extend the streak, owning the Los Angeles Lakers, mopping the streets of LA, as you guys know. What is that now? 33 wins. 33 wins in the past decade to the Lakers 7, continuing our dominance. We're going on a streak. This streak is like comparable to when the Chargers were dominating the Raiders. When LT was just running all over them, and we just had a crazy win streak for, I think it was like 7-8 years or something like that. It was just crazy, and LT was rushing for 100 yards every single game. Sometimes 150 plus, but yeah, that's what this streak kind of reminds me of. We're just completely just been whacking them around. Honestly, I feel like if we played the Lakers in that every single game in the regular season for 82 games, I think I have a confident, just from them seeing us so many times in a row, I feel like they could string some, a couple lucky wins here and there. So I feel like if we played the Lakers 82 games for a whole regular season, I think we'd end up with like a 75-7 record. And that's me speaking from the heart. Which is crazy. We just have the number like that. It's just you just gotta look at the track history. Look at the track record. But let's get into this though. That's enough of me ranting. Lakers are in a sad state right now. This was a nice alley-oop, but they only do this like once a game. Westbrook, he's just a sad brother, man. He shot 0 for 11. Was quite terrible. The Lakers overall, their team, they just can't shoot. I don't know why you guys built this team like this. Just whose idea was this? Genie, you need to be fired. That's what I would be saying if I was a Laker fan. Just speaking from if I was a Laker fan's point of view, I'd be want to fire Rob too. She just gave him an extension, which is kind of funny. You guys are stuck with it. So you guys are even more fucked. Plus, you guys are probably going to be a lottery team this year. Plus, you guys don't have your pick, so it's going to go to Nola. Yeah, I mean, it's just a bad situation, man. You're just trying to hold on to something for too long. You guys just got to hit the rebuild button. It's time to blow it up. Let's be honest, guys. I mean, what do you guys think of the Lakers' current situation on the rebuild? I mean, you guys see these highlights right here. We've been in control for most of the game. The Lakers did have 2 runs when they did come in spurts and start to come back, but even when they're quote unquote coming back, it didn't feel that significant. I always knew that they just didn't have the shooting to beat us this game, even though we're having kind of a sloppy game. I mean, a win's a win, but we did have a sloppy game, let's be honest. But yeah, I mean, this game right here, everyone contributed on our team. Pretty much everyone chipped in 14 points. Kawhi looked pretty good in his comeback. He sealed the game right there on his pull-up jumper. Really nice to see. I'm gonna be going player by player too once I get on these stats, but I'm also gonna be letting the highlights roll so I don't take too long. But yeah, Morris played 23 minutes, 5 of 9 from the field. He's been extremely consistent and playing really well in this 3-game stretch. He had a really good game today versus Suns as well. But yeah, 5 of 9, 1 of 3 from the 3-point line, 14 points, 1 assist, 4 boards. Yeah, he's been more aggressive on the rebounds. He does look a little bit more slim, a little bit more mobile. Of course, I've been sticking up for Morris too. You guys see why. He's vital, man. When the offense is stagnant and the Morris bucket comes clutch, because you always need somebody that you can give the ball to with 6 seconds left and he can get his own shot. And, he has an arsenal of shots that he can get off in his repertoire that are, he can get off in any situation. It's kind of unguardable, some of his fadeaways. But as we all know, it's kind of streaky. But as of right now, he's on a hot streak. So we definitely got to keep feeding him going forward. Yeah, good game from Morris. Let's look at he had 1 turnover. He added a steal as well. Hit all 3 free throws. That's pretty good. Norman Powell, 9 points. 2 of 8 from the field, 1 of 3 from 3-point line, 4 boards. Unfortunately, he got no assist. Shot really inconsistent as well. He's been inconsistent over this 3-game stretch, even though he had a slightly better game today. But still, he's going to get acclimated within the lineup. Zubac, he had a really, really awesome first game. He was dominating AD, within the paint, getting those rebounds. Even, when Zubac had the ball a couple times down low, he was getting his own shot off. So, yeah, a monster game from Zubac. Unfortunately, he didn't go off that much today versus Suns. But, hey, man, I feel like we just didn't execute any of our game plan. We just didn't get him the ball at all. We didn't get any mismatches. It's just unfortunate. But versus the Lakers, Zubac definitely did get off. Reggie, on the other hand, he did hit a clutch 3, but he did kind of have a rough game for his standards. 4 assists, though, which is, pretty decent. Paul George, really sloppy game. Inconsistent from the field. He did get 10 boards, though, which is nice. We missed that last season. 4 assists. He had a lot of turnovers, though. He's, those Paul George turnovers when he comes down the court and he dribbles it off his foot and stuff, really sloppy, or he tries to fit it in between a tight space, and it's just an obvious turnover. Sometimes, it's tough. It's tough to have him be the primary distributor in a lot of games. If the team is just locked in on the other end, and they throw those good double teams at him. Paul George, he does have his weaknesses for how good he is offensively. Nick Batum, he was really quiet this game, 0 shots. But, he was, when he is out there, he is always solid. He's in the right spots defensively. Rocco didn't do much on the offensive end either. 0 for 3, 0 for 2 from the 3-point line. Yeah, quiet game. 4 boards, though. Rocco, but when he's one of those players just like Nick, when he's not contributing offensively, he's going to be there defensively. So Kawhi, he did look pretty good in his first game back. Shout out to the Claw. It's been a long time coming, man. I'm glad to see you back. It's been refreshing to see. Hopefully we can ramp your minutes up soon, get you starting lineup again. But he did get 14 points. He came in looking for a shot right away, looking extremely well. He did get 2 assists. He closed the game out too with that shot right over LeBron's dome. Just awesome game. John Wall, 15 points, 7-15, looked really good in his debut. Unfortunately, didn't hit any threes, but we did want to see him get more assists for sure. Get way more assists than his turnovers. Luke's been on fire. Luke, he's been on fucking fire, man. Shooting from 3. You know, even in the preseason, he hit like 9 of his 11 threes. Yeah, I mean, this is why it's kind of hard for the Clippers to trade him. I see why they don't let him go, even though there's some other spots to fill in the roster. But yeah, I mean, it's tough. It's tough. T-Man, 6 minutes. Didn't really play that much this game because we're mostly in control for most of the game, besides the small spurts when the Lakers did come back. But we did take over when it mattered most. We hit the shots. We hit the timely shots, and the Lakers didn't. Pat Bev was missing a lot. Kendrick Nunn was trash. Russell Westbrook, of course, trash. LeBron, we're containing him. Yeah, I mean, Anthony Davis, he was getting his small points here and there, but, you know, it's not that hard to play those guys for us. We got them figured out. Let's just say that. But PG led the team in minutes, 36. 25 minutes from John Wall. You know, he's second in minutes, which is pretty cool to see. Kennard third. I didn't expect that, but that's pretty good. He's playing well. Actually, Zubac, he was second. My bad. He played 35, you know, which is crazy. I forgot. I wanted to point that out. Yeah, 35 minutes for Zubac. When did we ever see that last year? So, obviously, Zubac, he's going to be more incorporated this year. But, yeah, let's get into some more deeper stats really quick. Turnovers, Zubac, he had 5. Definitely had some stone hands. Got to fix that. Hella turnovers this game. Super sloppy. 22 as a team. PG, he had 5 as well. Really sloppy. Norman Powell had 4. You got to, you know, clean that up. John Wall had 3. Not enough assists for having 3 turnovers. You got to have at least like 8 or 10 or something. But yeah. I mean, as far as free throws, though, Norman Powell, you missed quite a few, which was unfortunate. Paul George took care of business at the line. Marcus Morris did as well. Zubac, he made 50%. John Wall missed a couple. But yeah, I mean, definitely we missed a lot of free throws. We left 11 points off the board. Got to fix that. As far as the steals, though, Paul George got 2. You know, his usual self. Zubac, 5 blocks. Yes, sir. 17 boards. Paul George came in second with 10. Yeah, I mean, extremely nice, man. Zubac, incredibly underrated. Rocco had 2 as well. Some really nice blocks. Unfortunately, you know, none of the youngins got to play. You see them on the DNP list. Briefly looking over the Lakers, though, Anthony Davis, he got out-rebounded. He only got 8 rebounds, but he did have a decent game offensively. LeBron had a decent game offensively, but below average for sure. We did hold him to 20 points, 2 of 8 from the three-point line, which is, you know, not a good look on LeBron. He did get 10 rebounds, though. You know, I'll give him credit, though. He did get a lot of blown assists because people weren't hitting shots because the roster sucks. Russell Westbrook, 0 of 11. He didn't hit any shots. He sucks, man. Really trash. I don't like Russell Westbrook. So, you know, I think the Laker fans are kind of trashy. So, you know, I kind of feel bad that they bully him. It's kind of, you know, it's funny and ironic at the same time. Because, you know, Russell Westbrook, he's just a perfect fit for them, man. I hope he stays a Laker for life. Pat Bev, he played really shitty in his comeback game compared to last time we played him in the play-in. Lonnie Walker, 9 of 21. I mean, he had a decent game, but it was incredibly inefficient. I mean, like 2 of 9 from three-point line, 26 points. I'm cool with letting him shoot all the shots. The most shots out of the game, I'm cool with that. So, Lakers, no bench scoring at all. Kendrick Nunn, trash. You guys waited all that time, hyped him up, trash. Juan Toscano Anderson, ass. The Warriors let him go for a reason. He had some decent defensive possessions, but pretty trash. Westbrook had a decent defensive game, but doesn't make up for 0 of 11. Doesn't matter how good you were defensively. But yeah, I mean, the Lakers, poor roster management. This is what it looks like, man. Do not build your roster like this if you're watching this video. Team stats. Lakers 35% from the field. Just horrible. 3-point line, 20%. Trash, man. Rebuild. We weren't that efficient from the 3-point line either, but we hit the 3-pointers when it mattered. So, as you could tell by our field goal percentage as well. We did turn the ball over a lot. You know, surprisingly, we didn't lose this game for how much we turned the ball over. You know, gotta clean that up. Free throw percentage terrible as well. You know, we just gotta do better, guys. Come on. But yeah, next game. So Kings. This was Paul George. Kawhi sat out. PG really had to step up, be a leader, which he did. He dropped 40 points. Had a really vintage PG masterclass. I just loved it, man. We're going to get into this one really briefly. Reggie Jackson. No, just really nice three-pointer right here. Marcus Morris recovering the ball. It was kind of it was a tight game for the most part. You know, we did get away at the end. The Kings, they almost did kind of tie it up, but yeah, I mean, we took care of business though. We took our business this game. This was a game that we definitely could have lost. The Kings, they have upset us a few times in the past in the regular season when they just get a hot streak, which they are like a young athletic team, which is like, you know, we're more of a half-court style offense. So this kind of team can give us trouble, but as you can see, PG stepping up, being that guy, you know. When PG plays like this, it's just so beautiful, man. Good defense. You know, and one right here. Let me know who do you think's performing the best in this 3-game stretch. You know, we've seen a lot of good play from players, and we've seen a lot of, you know, sloppy play from the same players as well. So it's kind of tough to say. Zubac had some pretty monster games. As you could see, bowling Sabonis down low. You know, really, really nice. But Norm getting steals out in transition, just doing his thing, you know. De'Aaron Fox, a little fadeaway at the end to make it a one-possession game, but we did get our free throws because PG got the rebound. He tapped it out, and we did get the rebound at the end. Or else the Kings would have had a final shot to tie it up. But yeah, let's briefly go through this. Marcus Morris, efficient game again. Norman Powell, really, really bad game offensively, but he was there defensively for the most part by getting a couple steals. But Zubac, 10 points, 8 rebounds, pretty efficient game as well. Almost a double-double. He did his thing. Reggie Jackson, a bounce-back game for sure. He had some, like, vintage, you know, big government moments, you know, when he did that little spin to the scoop layup. Really nice, man. Really nice. 5 assists. He did do better at getting people involved this game without turning the ball over. So, yeah, I mean, 4 or 5 from the field. Hit all of his threes. That's what we ask, man. If Reggie could do this consistently, you know, this would be incredible to see. John Wall did sit this game out, of course, as I said. Same thing with Kawhi. But PG, 40 points, 16 to 31, 3 to 10 from the field. Obviously, it wasn't like a uber efficient game, but he did take care of business. He hit the shots when it mattered. So that's all we can ask if you're going to be stepping up for this game. But yeah, I mean, we just like to see this. We want to see this more when Kawhi's playing with them at the same time. Which, I mean, it's tough because Kawhi's coming off the bench and stuff. But we just got to look at the big picture, guys. I'm not freaking out too much on our loss, even though it did look bad. Nick Batum, incredibly efficient, 3-3, 7 points. Did his thing, just really good glue guy. Got 5 boards, 3 assists as well. Rocco, 8 points. Had a couple possessions when he just stole the ball and just, you know, just punked Sabonis. just big body him, took the ball, dunked it a couple times. Just looking like a beast on defense. That's the reason why we paid him, you know what I mean? So 8.7 rebounds. Yeah, T-Man, he only got 15 minutes, but he got 5 points, two, 3 from the field. Got a pretty nice assist. Downloaded Zubac. But yeah, I mean, Luke, more of an inefficient game from him. 4-11 from the field, 1 of 4 from 3. I mean, it happens. He's a shooter, Amir Coffey, 3 points. Unfortunately, he hasn't gotten to play that much this season, even though he's just a beast. I mean, I'd like to see him play more. But it's hard to find, man. Our team is so stacked. So, yeah. Let's look at these brief stats, though. Paul George, 2 steals. Nick Batum got 2 as well. Rocco getting 2. 2 in a row in consecutive possessions. Really nice to see. But yeah, I mean, rebounds, Zubac, 8. Rocco, he had 7. That's what we're going to need if the small ball is going to work. We're going to need high assist numbers from our power forwards, which we've seen the small ball look good in stretches, and we've seen it look terrible in some stretches in this 3-game span. But yeah, I mean, as far as our free throws, though, we were better this game. We hit 20 of 22. Nice to see. We did recover from last game in that performance against the Lakers. A lot less turnovers as well. But yeah, I mean, Batum got a block. George, Zubac got a block as well. Linus's assist was PG, doing this thing. Reggie, of course, coming in second. Let's briefly look at the Sacramento Kings. De'Aaron Fox had a pretty good game. I like De'Aaron Fox. Sabonis, we did lock him up. He had a pretty rough game, but he did get his 10 boards. I mean, he did play pretty much the whole game, so it's expected. 7 assists, too. Harrison Barnes had a rough game. Kevin Huerter, he played pretty nicely. He's pretty much a pretty good sniper. Keegan Murray, pretty nice rookie. He kind of reminds me of Marcus Morris a little bit. He's better defensively, though, than Morris, of course. But, yeah, he did hit his threes. He's like a pretty good stretch. Davion Mitchell, he's pretty good as well, but he had a rough game. Terrence Davis, he had a pretty solid game in small minutes. Usually he lit us up last year. Malik Monk, and I don't know. They paid him quite a bit, and they're not really using him, which doesn't make sense. But he did have an efficient game for a small sample size. I mean, the Kings are still trying to figure it out. I expected us to win this one, but we definitely could have lost it if we came out a little bit more sloppy. It was definitely within reach for the Kings, but we did hit the shots that mattered, which was good. Yeah, I mean, briefly looking at these stats, pretty similar from the field. 3-point line as well, pretty much the same at 40%. Free throws, this is where we came in clutch. We hit more free throws than them, and that ended up being the outcome, right? Because we came out with a 2-point win, and, we hit, 5 more free throws than them. So, that's what's up. But, yeah, rebounds, pretty similar. They did out-rebound us offensively. We did out-rebound them defensively, so it ended up being quite equal. But, yeah. Next game. This was today versus Suns. Like I said, slow start. Couldn't get back into it. We did have some good spurts where we did come within 10 at one point, but we just couldn't overcome it, man. We couldn't hit the shots. We couldn't hit the shots that mattered to bring it within like less than 10. Yeah, I mean, it was rough. I'll be honest. But yeah, I mean, let's look at these brief highlights. This is when it just got all bad, man, from the jump. We're just turning the ball over. They're getting alley-oops and shit. As you can tell by the score, you'll be able to tell if you're watching the scoreboard. Devin Booker, he went off against us, man. I mean, he was hitting his tough shots. We're sending double teams at him, but he was hitting tough shots, and we just couldn't defend these guys off of screens. They're just getting open looks all day. really poor defensive performance and game plan for the first quarter, which is surprising. Um, I mean, we do struggle offensively, in the usual slow starts that we get that we're common to seeing, but usually we lock down on the other side. So it was unfortunate that we didn't lock them down on the other side and at least keep the game within reach, because being down 20 points at the start of the second is just unacceptable. We're making this tall dude right here look like, I don't know, we're making him look like Hakeem Olajuwon, and it was just, it was a bad showing, man. This one, Kawhi finally checked in. He checked in really late. John Wall getting this little lucky bounce. Yeah, I mean, this is going to be a long video because I'm just going to be recapping all 3 games. It's going to be kind of like almost like a podcast, you know what I mean, in terms of length. So, yeah, I mean, sucks. He just ran by Kawhi right there. Yeah, I mean, this one, the Youngins finally checked in. They're just in full control the whole game. It kind of took the excitement out of me. So it didn't really make me as mad as I normally would, because I don't like losing to the Suns. We all don't, right? So, but since they got off to a lead so early, they right off the jump, as soon as they tipped the ball, it kind of deflated me as well to get like enthusiastic and get like emotionally invested into the game. So, that's unfortunate, but I mean, Marcus Morris, player of the game for us, 10 of 14 from the field, 2 of 5 from 3-point line. Where is this haters talking now, man? What y'all got to say? Morris coming in game high 22 for the Clippers. Norman Powell didn't hit any threes as well. Continuing his cold streak from beyond the arc. 4 of 9 from the field, 8 points. Zubac, really quiet game offensively. Didn't even get double-digit rebounds as well. So kind of a, rough game for Zubac. He only got 21 minutes too. We played a lot more small ball this game, which we got killed in. Reggie Jackson, really rough game as well. John Wall has been slightly outperforming him. Actually, by a decent margin in this small game span. But I'm gonna withhold judgment about the Reggie John Wall thing until about 10 games in, probably 15. But yeah, Paul George, really quiet game offensively as well, below average game for his standards. 7 rebounds, only 4 assists as well. Come on, man. You just gotta like stay consistent. I know it's a back-to-back, but still, like the season just started. You guys should be ready for a back-to-back right now. It's not like it's later in the season. Yeah, I mean, Nick Batum, quiet game offensively. Rocco, same thing as well. Couldn't get any of his shots going. Kawhi, inefficient game as well. He had some good moments on defense and stuff and some nice rebounds, but yeah, nothing much else to say. Moses Brown, garbage time. John Wall, decent game, pretty decent game. He did almost lead a comeback, and then we couldn't hit the shots that mattered to bring it within, to put pressure on him. But yeah, I mean, John Wall, he's been looking nice, man. He's been looking really nice. I'm ready to start giving him a little bit more minutes. Probably give him 25, 20, 27. Preston, garbage time. T-Man looked really good in garbage time. I think he should have played more this game instead of Luke Kennard. That was just in my opinion. Just to match up on Booker, it just makes more sense. And CP3, I don't know. Just some questionable lineup decisions from T. Lue for this game. I'll be honest, Amir Coffey, I would have liked him to see him play this game as well. Yeah, I mean, unfortunately, though, it's Ty Lue. He likes to tinker with these lineups. We're just going to have to go through the bumps and bruises and look at the big picture. As long as we get into playoffs healthy with Kawhi, PG, Norm, everybody, the whole squad at full capacity and health, that would be really nice. And that's all that matters, I think. And if we get in that comfortable seed, 1 through 4, preferably, which would be nice, get that home field advantage. Yeah, so into his advanced stats, though, leading the team in turnovers, it was a three-way tie. Luke Kennard, Zubac, Norman Powell. Gotta stop being sloppy, you know what I mean? We got 0 blocks. 10 steals, though. Norman Powell got 2. Paul George got 2 as well. Kawhi had 2. He had a pair himself. Yeah, not many assists from the team today. Not many rebounds, too, individually. Zubac only had 8. From the free throw line, we, 70%. We got to do better in that as well. Definitely got to work on hitting more free throws, man. But looking at the Suns stats right here, Devin Booker tore us up, 13-21, 5-9 from 3-point line. Chris Paul had 7 points, 11 assists, 8 rebounds. Quiet game from him, from what we're used to seeing. Really quiet game offensively. Inefficient game from the field and 3-point line, really bad, but he did get his team involved, which you can count on him for if he's not hitting his shots. Yeah, campaign. The Suns didn't even shoot that great, honestly, but we just played a lot worse than them. It was a really weird performance from us. Similar field goal percentage, but 3-point line we shot 28%. On some Lakers shit, man. We gotta do better, man. Gotta fix that up. 9-32. That's not good. Come on. The Suns didn't even get that much free throws, but they did hit pretty much all of them. We missed 6. They did out-rebound us quite a bit on the offensive glass. They got way more assists than us. We just couldn't get the ball moving. Had not much of a game plan. Reggie couldn't really get the team involved. But yeah, both teams didn't really get much blocks, but just looking ahead though. Let's look ahead. All right. I don't really got much else to say on this game. But look, we are playing the Thunder the day after tomorrow when I'm recording this, but yeah, we gotta come out, get this win, stay focused, get a good bounce back win. We are gonna see Shea again, which I think we're gonna see Shea again if he's healthy right now, if I recall. But it's gonna be cool to see, But hopefully we get some revenge for that little step back he got back on us. But yeah, I'm gonna end the video off right here. Let me know what you guys think on this 3-game stretch. I think definitely some good some good moments defensively, and some spurts where we could see where our ceiling could be offensively and stuff like that. But we definitely had some sloppy moments as well. We need to clean up in these next games coming up, which I expect us to do it. We're a solid team, full of high IQ veterans, even some nice younger players. I like to see Musa get in and cut some of that small ball stuff out, get Musa even if it's 10-15 minutes, get him in the game. I know people say he's young, but man, he's a factor, man. We've seen it ourselves. People just don't do dunks and fucking fly like that at his height. So yeah, converse with me in the comment section. Leave a like, sub, all that shit. Let me know if you made it all the way to the end. Much love, Clipper Nation. Let's keep this good regular season going. Keep the momentum going, bounce back. But yeah, see you guys. Peace out. CGODB signing out. Peace.